After 2 rounds on Sports Challenge, our defending champion New York Giants lead the Chicago Blackhawks. The score is 60-30. Plenty of time for you Hawks to catch up, and Bobby Hull's bearing down already. Here's your new category, Game Busters. This Game Buster ended a long hockey evening in the 1971 Stanley Cup playoffs. The Rangers faced the Blackhawks in New York, and it's the 3rd overtime period. Nearly 4 hours of hockey here at the Garden in New York, and the Rangers and the Hawks are tied at 2. Chicago leads in the series 3-2. Tim Horton winding up in his own end. Across his own blue line, Horton, the defenseman for the Rangers, shoots it into the far corner. Dale Wall feeds out in front. Stemkowski follows and scores. Stemkowski wins it for the Rangers. Stop. Your answer, please. Your answer, please.
Wrong again. What
is your answer?
3rd overtime.
3rd overtime is incorrect. That is not the answer to our question. That was the key semifinal game. Stemkowski scored to end the game in sudden death. And the Blackhawks, however, won the 7th and deciding game and went into the finals of the National Hockey League Championships in 1971. In the finals, whom did the Chicago Blackhawks play in 1971?
Montreal.
Montreal is correct for 20 points. A little too quick there, Blackhawks. The free throws belong to the Giants. In football, Game Busters turn kickoff returns into touchdowns. Listen and watch closely. Garo Yepremian approaches the ball and sends it spinning toward Jim Duncan, standing at the Baltimore goal line. Duncan has it at the 1, up the middle, 5-10, behind the wedge at the 15, cuts to his right at the 20, to the outside at the 25, and with good speed gets a block at the 30, up the sidelines, 35-40, 45-50, only one man can catch him, 45-40, 35-30, Jim Duncan down the sidelines for a Colts touchdown, 99 yards. That kickoff return at the start of the second half gave the Colts a 21-0 lead, breaking the game wide open for 10 points, Giants. Against what team was that touchdown scored? How closely did you watch?
Miami.
Miami is correct. Charlie was watching like a hawk, as quarterback should. 10 points for the Giants. Second free throw for New York. A real perfect game buster this time in baseball. Dented Tom Seaver's 1969 bid for a pitching perfecto.
The first Cub up in the 9th. Randy Hutley tries a spoiling bunt, but Seaver throws him out. 2 outs to go to a perfect game. Jim Qualls, a rookie outfielder, is up. A clean hit to left center field, and there goes the perfect game. But there's a standing ovation for Seaver by 59,000 fans. It's still a near-perfect game when Don Kessinger flies out to end it. And it's a vital victory for the Mets. Back-to-back wins shake up the Cubs.
Seaver lost his perfect game. However, Seaver does hold the major league record for consecutive strikeouts. For 10 points, how many strikeouts in a row set that major league record? You have 5 seconds.
I believe it's 10.
10 is absolutely right for 10 points. Seaver's record, 10 straight strikeouts. All right, a new category, a new toss-up question. We alert you again now. Be patient over there, Hawks. The category is nicknames. It's our final category. And our first subject is the pride of Houston in basketball.
Number 11 in white, Houston's Elvin Hayes, the prototype of the modern basketball star. At 6 feet 9.5 inches, he plays like an agile 7-1. Graceful, unpredictably there wherever the strategy requires. Off the court, a great friend of the youth of Houston. On the court, a dominating factor. Elvin Hayes, superstar.
Elvin Hayes' nickname is the Big E. Hayes, a Houston University product, is now a pro in Houston. Your toss-up question for 20 points. What is the nickname of Hayes' college team, the University of Houston? Frank Hibbert or Kyle Rhodes?
I would say Cougars.
Cougars is right for 20 points. The Giants have earned the free throw. The Houston Cougars, first free throw. Let's see one of the all-time great Los Angeles Ram running backs. Watch closely. For Detroit 28, Waterfield sets the line. He's going to pass. No, it's a Statue of Liberty to Tank Younger. He's at the 30. Younger at the 25. The 20 behind blockers at the 15. The 225-pound Younger kicking through tacklers at the 10. The 5. A famous nickname indeed, Tank Younger. Your question for 10 points. What is Tank Younger's real first name? 5 seconds. What is it, Frank?
Paul.
Paul is correct. Paul Tank Younger for 10 points. So
I wasn't even born.
the Giants get 10 more points. The score is 130 to 30. Your second free throw, New York. A man with an unusual nickname, which he's had for many years, and a more recent incident which certainly matches that nickname.
Ron Williams of San Francisco with a drive. There's another tap away by Russell. He gets his own rebound. Feeds ahead to Havlicek. And John Havlicek's ahead of Rick Barry of the Warriors. Havlicek, the Celtics scores again. Williams right back, and it's swatted away by Russell. Rebound Schluter of San Francisco. Elbows away from Barnes. And Barnes with a right hand. Oh, my. Schluter has just received bad news.
As far as Schluter is concerned, he got bad news for 10 points. What is Bad News Barnes' real first name? 5 seconds. Don't you?
Bad news. I will say
Jim is correct. Jim Bad News Barnes, says Frank Gifford, helping Kyle Rote. And at the end of 4 rounds, the score reads the Giants 140 and the Chicago Blackhawks 30. We're very pleased to let you all know that our panelists will receive this brand new Mattel Sports Challenge Instant Replay quiz game to enjoy at home. And in a moment, our big bonus biography round right after this Sports Challenge timeout. Again, the score, the New York Giants 140 and the Chicago Blackhawks 30. And before we go to our bonus biography round, to the Blackhawks a moment, and an unusual event is when two brothers can make it on the same Major League team. And for Dennis Hull, I know it's a thrill for you to be with the Blackhawks. What, as a younger brother to a great star, Bobby, what did that mean to you? Did it make it more difficult?
Well, I don't think so, Dick. The only thing different I noticed when I came up, Bobby was very young too, and I noticed that he signed his autographs with a crayon. So he was...
What do you admire most about Bobby, very seriously?
Well, he gave me his crayon.
Actually, what makes that even more difficult is that Stan Mikita is a ventriloquist, and he was doing Dennis Hull's voice during that whole interview. The score is 140 to 30 in favor of the New York Giants. And now for 90 points, our bonus biography round. And with the clues, here's Johnny.
Our bonus biography star accomplished the most startling single performance in the history of his sport. He started his career with the Browns. When the franchise moved to Baltimore, he went with them. He was a pitcher and a pinch hitter. In 1955, the Orioles traded him to the Yankees. For 4 straight years, he pitched in the World Series. He won 81 games as a Major League pitcher, plus 4 in World Series action, and one of them will never be forgotten.
The New York Giants, Frank Gifford.
Awesome.
Don Larson is correct. The New York Giants are our champions. And here's the only man to pitch a perfect game in the World Series, Don Larson. Hey, welcome, Donald. Step right in here. I guess you've had hundreds of reporters ask you the same question. We might as well ask it again on Sports Challenge. What do you remember most about that perfect game?
Well, the last out, mainly. I guess I was pretty nervous all through the game, you know. I didn't even realize what was happening until after the game, you know. And I was trying to get relaxed myself, and I was trying to talk to some of the guys in the dugout, but they wouldn't talk to me. They just all ran away, and it made it worse on me.
See, Dale Mitchell was the final out, and as I recall, he took a third strike.
Yes, he sort of half swung at it. It looks better to me every day.
And Yogi Berra, then I think the toughest part of pitching that perfect game was to carry the weight of Yogi Berra, who came out, and he started that whole tradition of catchers kind of throwing their arms and legs around the winning pitcher.
Well, that was the first time I ever saw Yogi so happy, but he wasn't any happier than I was.
Who got the runs for you to win that ball game? Do you recall?
Well, the first hit of the ball game was Mantle's home run, and I think it was the bottom of the 4th inning. And then I sacrificed later on in the game, and I believe that Hank Bauer drove in Carey with the second run of the ball game.
You were a pretty good hitter yourself.
That was fair.
Did you start as a hitter, outfielder, pitcher, or how was it all for you?
No, I started pitching, but I'd better stick to something I could do a little better at. Every time I hit good, I didn't finish many games.
As you look back on a perfect game, and since no one else has ever done it, and perhaps it never will happen again, how is it? You know, how did it happen to you? As you think about all of the chemistry of the game and yourself, did you realize as you warmed up that you had exceptional stuff?
No, I can't say that. I just always felt just awful lucky, you know, and wonderful to be in the World Series with all those fellows, but I just can't explain it, and maybe someday I'll wake up and tell you.
Did you ever hear by chance from Floyd Bevins, who just missed a no-hitter as a Yankee?
No, I met Floyd at several old-timers games, and we just talked about it a little bit.
You look great enough to be able to pitch right now. Don, thank you for being on Sports Challenge with us.
My pleasure.
Don Larson, ladies and gentlemen, a man who fashioned a perfect game in the World Series, and what a great time to come up with such a top moment. Fans, in a moment, Johnny Gilbert will tell you about all our winners, about next week's challengers. First, we pause for this Sports Challenge timeout.